From the simplest activity of the elevator pitch to our current use of RISE 360, our role in L&D is not stuck to a classroom anymore. But sometimes I feel it's more of a creator. Whether it is applying the 70-20-10 rule or even using the blended approach while designing learning solutions. Be it moving on from the traditional on-the-job training to self-paced learning approach, we are no more the presentation experts, so-called, but rather business partners. We have evolved now. Technology has been by our side. Be it Menti or Quizlet or the excitement of LMS. It has all in all been an enriching transformational journey of being creative, more so in our thoughts, words and actions. And I'm thankful to all my dear friends for your support.
Okay, Vishali, our dear friend Nalin has asked us to introspect ourselves on how we have evolved as L&D professionals. So, what is your evolution?
I think in the last 12 months we are more digital. The very tools that we use, also the way we make our calendars, we use Envato, we use Canva, we use Powtoon, we use YouTube. We use several different ways to market our capability as L&D managers, owing to the fact that we have a millennial workforce. And number two, I think we're also agents of change, because whether it's the recalibrated competency, whether it's the new metrics on the balanced scorecard, we are communicating and helping our team adapt and embrace the change. Don't you think so, Sarva?
Agree, definitely agree. I think I have also evolved in that line. But I would like to add, in my introspect, when I look back, I have become more business partner. When I sit with our director of revenue or sales and marketing, when they read the number, their ADR or their revenue, I put myself not as somebody sitting in the back of the house. I look at my role as how do I put my contribution in terms of learning intervention by delivering the training, so we can increase the revenue and we can do the development for our colleagues. So more of business partner, I would say. So that's my evolution. So all the best, Nalin. Looking forward for your learning circle.
We're excited.
Hi, Nalika. So if I were to reflect over the past 12 months on my personal transformation as an L&D leader, I really have been trying to focus on just overall showing the value of us as L&D leaders to the organization and how we bring value in many, many ways. So I've been focusing a lot on the socialization of learning, creating a continuous learning culture within the hotel. Not just facilitating in the classroom, but making it an everyday thing through the operations, through empowering others to drive their own learning, and also really consulting our senior leaders and socializing the business results of particular learning solutions. So having a lot of communication with senior leaders, with XCOM, with the general manager, director of HR, to really continue to show how we bring value to the business.
Hi everyone, I hope you are well. I'm very happy to prepare this video for your learning circle, Nelly, even if I really hate to do videos. To answer to your question about the changes during this last 12 months as L&D, the first main change is a change of mindset. I mean, to realize the transformation between training to learning, and thanks to all our work, to your learning circle, to the workshop, realize and develop myself and be prepared to offer and to design learning solutions. So the second and the last change would be, I think, the ability to make the other change their vision of learning too, and make them acting as real support for our function, and also to market our function, to show them the importance of our solution, and list to show them all the ROI, return on investment on training, which is very, very, very important. So that's.
Hi there, this is Vanessa from SLV. In regards to the pre-work for our conference call next week, reflecting on what I've learned as a leader through learning and development in my role, I've learned so much. Although I've only been in my role for about 9 months now, I've had the opportunity to not only develop but carry forward learning and development initiatives at the hotel. So I would have to say, as far as personal changes, I've certainly recognized a lot of growth in myself. With anything I facilitate through L&D, I always try and reflect and see how I can improve my training, what the objective is for the learner, and how I can make it most engaging. I very much also focused on feedback from my attendees in my training, and really take to heart their recommendations and feedback on what they would like to see more of, what didn't work, or what was quite impactful for them, and what was most impactful as far as what did they take away, and how can they apply that in their current role and possibly their future within the company. So I think focusing on reflecting has really made me more of a successful L&D leader, and I hope to continue to improve my skills. Thank you.
Hello Nali, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak a little bit about the changes that I have brought into myself over the past 1 year or so. So some of the things that I would like to highlight, actually there are two of them. So one being the importance of reading, and I think one of the things that I started practicing about a year ago was reading something before bedtime, and something that is not related to my profession, and something which is out of a personal interest. And I think that habit has helped me understand things from a different perspective, and also as an L&D professional, sometimes it helps me relate to things in the class with our learners about things that are happening in other industries as well. So that is one thing. Secondly, of course, with the Internet of Things and the access to information being very powerful in today's day and age, one of the things that is happening is we go to bed with our phones by our side, and I'm consciously making an effort to disconnect at least half an hour before bedtime from internet, and in the morning till about 8 o'clock I do not really connect to the Wi-Fi at home. So that I feel gives me a little bit of time to prioritize my day and understand what is it that I'm going to be doing, and of course in the evening to reflect back and also to read a little bit. So that's something that I would like to highlight as the change that I have brought about on a personal front as an L&D leader. Thank you.
I have only 60 seconds, so what I'm going to talk to you about today is my Strengths Finder. What are the changes I've brought for the past 12 months to myself as an L&D leader is that I have been focusing only on my Strengths Finder, be it on my personal or my professional life. One simple example, I've focused mostly on the positivity at work. So as you can see that most of the time my positivity is at the balcony when I'm at work, and that has been an advantage for me, especially when we are in a good learning environment. So as an L&D leader, I need to ensure that as a business partner, I have a very enthusiastic learning environment. And then also about my ideation. Something that I really like about is the ideation. So just to summarize, I have 5 main strengths, and that is the ideation, positivity, the learner, developer, and strategic. And that has helped me so much that today I'm using it in in my personal life as well as in my professional life. And I'm so grateful to my LND Jedis that I have been able to learn about this. So thank you everybody for all your support, for bringing in this change, and let's stay tuned for being a fantastic business partner.
Hey guys, so the biggest personal change I've experienced here in the Maldives is just listening to the learners more than I have in the past. They're very used to one way of learning, that's just listening to someone and just absorbing that information and not really processing it or challenging it or relating it to any experiences. So it's been a process for me to change their mindset from being a more traditional zombie learner into more interactive learner. So personally, I've had to adapt to a new set of people in this part of the world, and with that comes their traditional ways of learning that they're very used to, or how they used to learn in the hotel in the past. So it's definitely been a learning experience for me, just dealing with a new set of people and trying to change their mindset in learning and getting them to be more interactive. And with that, I've had to change myself just to adapt to that, to make that process easy. Also with technology, it's been easy for me to just post a link and people could easily access and navigate through it. With them, you have to go step by step, and that's been another personal change. So yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone. First of all, I want to thank Nali for this wonderful pre-work. Through this video, I want to take you through the journey of last 12 months and how those 12 months have changed me. First of all, the highlight of those 12 months is my contribution to Shangri-La Academy Online. During the last 12 months or a year and a half, I have learned new skills, new software, new technologies, which has enabled me and upskilled me to contribute to Shangri-La Academy Online and build content. So truly a rewarding experience and enriching one. At hotel also, especially post our conference, we have tried to become a business partner in the operations of the hotel. So learning and development in New Delhi, we've tried to make a positive impact by becoming a business partner. And fortunately, we are seeing those results also with our guest sentiments, TrustYou scores, TripAdvisor ranking, and so on and so forth. So a very successful and enriching experience for me over the last 12 months, and I'm hoping for another rewarding experience in the coming future. Thank you.
Hi team. So Nali asked me the question, what have I seen has changed in our team in the last 12 months from the way you do things? When I think about this question, I think the first thing is the fact that you have moved from doing training to learning. So you have moved from just facilitating workshops based on materials that you received in the past to actually take time to research, identify learning gaps, to design. And I think another significant change is that in the design process, you're using a lot of digital tools. You're using very interactive activities, very fun, but also with high level content. So it's not just about the forum, it's also about the content. I've seen that a lot. I also think one thing that has changed is the collaboration. I think you work really well in teams, in small teams, and you reach each other, and you're very connected. And I think that's great because it gives perspective into how can we improve a particular program or a project, just by drawing on each other's ideas. And I think something else is we are more creative in a sense. I think we are trying to constantly redesign and innovate, whether we're talking about programs or hotel initiatives, things that we don't just follow one traditional way anymore. We try to think, okay, how can I do this differently, and how can I offer an experience for the learner? So in summary, the digital tools, the collaboration, the research and design piece, and also the fact that we are thinking out of the box. Good job for everyone. Thanks.